Welcome everyone to Fairway Media's coverage of the Ford Stellicum Open. We're at Lakewood, Washington at the Ford Stellicum course. Round 1, Rhododendron, Northwest for 2 and 3. We're going to watch Timothy Bishop, Jake Morgante, Asher Weideman, and Kyle Costanza. All right, thank you to the TDs. Let's fly hole 1, 326 feet, par 3. Throwing over the fairway to the left with an OB left of where that dry grass patch is. But you're going to need to throw something about 300 feet to rest on this hillside. As you can see, the danger would be rolling away all the way to 2's tee pad. So skilled shot off the rip, but you can still get a lot of power out of there. Up first is Asher Weideman playing the high hyzer. It's a great gap and a nice soft roll to the basket. A little short. Up next is Tim. Entering the woods a little bit earlier than Asher, but he's down there even with the basket, probably circle's edge. And Jake. Similar gap to Tim, and he's got some work to do. Kyle getting his forehand up shot. Excellent up shot right under the basket. He'll settle for his first 3 of the day. No harm on that par. Asher with the birdie opportunities. Let's see if he can take advantage here. We are on the board. 1 down for Asher. Hole 1 had a 19% birdie rate, averaging 2.94. We have a 31-person field today for all 3 rounds. A lot of golf to go. Well, let's go to hole 2. Par 3, 368 feet, playing the tree line, and 1 power pole or some type of pole and a supporting wire to get around. A lot of people are going wide. Some are going right through the gap we're flying. And even the more brave is to the left gap of where we just went. But yeah, you got to get 300 and something feet out of there and skip over to the basket for a 2. Asher with the early lead, going the inside route. Okay, he's even with the basket, about 70 feet away. Kyle going with something on hyzer to stand up, but gets knocked down by one of the main trees, unfortunately. Up next is Tim. Gets caught off on that same tree that Kyle got. And let's see if Jake can get down there too. Yeah, not too bad, right on the open. Kyle getting a hyzer up shot, shaping the fairway. Trying to avoid all the obstacles here. Ooh. Good half run there from Tim. Clean-up shot there from Jake. And Asher trying out for 2. Nope, not really. Just a layup. Fair enough. This will be the par hole for this. Good par for Tim. And it appears there was one birdie on the day. Congrats to Thaddeus Tanclay. Unfortunate top bend there for Jake. We'll have to get a bogey, unfortunately.
And par for Kyle. And par for Asher.
Asher gets his par. Yeah, hole 2 had a lot, 94% par for the day. Very tough hole. Let's go to hole 3, par 3, 343 feet. Options here. There's an OB line right with the stake line and a great mowing job these guys have done. This is some old drone footage, but you'll see the great work. Yeah, a hyzer either side is the ideal play. Something to get past that little tree here on our left to give you a short putt. It's a good strategy. Looks like Asher's going the right side. Don't forget that there's a hill on the left of this tree. You don't want to hit this middle tree and roll. Ooh, great shot left. Kyle gets the flare. He's under the basket. What a shot. Tim going right. Unfortunately, gets hung up on that tree to land out of bounds. He will play from where it went out. Oh, and Jig threw something a little unstable there. Same. That should be an OB marker, not a hazard. Let's see if I remember to fix that. All right, here comes Asher with his upshot. Playing from under this tree. Going straight at her. He ends up about 12 feet left. Technically the third shot for Jake. Good run at it. And also from a marked lie is Kyle. I'm sorry, Tim. My bad. These guys are new to me and the coverage here, so I'm trying my best to get the names straight. I am the worst at remembering names. And I apologize for that. Great bogey save, Tim. Good clean par. And the putt for 2. Great shots, Kyle. You're on the board. Hole 3 had a 35% birdie rate. 11 of 31 got it, so that's pretty nice. Let's go to hole 4, 340 feet, par 3. No OB. You're going to want to throw something that ends in this 3-tree cluster here. Looks like there's more opening on the left, but there is a low ceiling, so anything to... You turn a backhand turnover, a forehand flex, a forehand hyzer. The right hand backhand hyzer is a little out of play unless you got something really flippy. Hyzer release is what I meant to say there, but that leaked a little left. Might have a view, but it's probably circle 2. Asher going flex forehand. Sneak under. Yes. He is even with the basket. Hopefully within 20 feet or so. I think that was Tim. Yep, and here's Jake. Going backhand straight at it. And Hyzer's out a little bit early. Good upshot there. Ooh, we had a look. Gotta go for it if you can. Here's Tim behind the tree. And he connects. And our final birdie look here from Asher. He connects as well. He's 2 down. Leading the card. Hole 4 had a 35% birdie rate, so it's kind of up there on the ones you want to get. Middle of the pack, if you will. Good clean par for Kyle. Let's move on to hole 5. Another tough shot, 420 feet, par 3. OB left and right. Kind of playing this fairway and avoiding this tree. This time, no hillside to get in your brain, but you do have the option of going right or left of this tree we're just passing. But yeah, the basket is tucked underneath this beautiful solo tree by itself here. 420 feet down the fairway. Up versus Asher Weideman here. Going the hyzer line. Ooh, pretty low. Very powerful. Great skip. Ooh, that was almost an ace run, but it ends up a little bit left of the basket within circle 1. Tim second on the box now. Making it past the middle tree. Probably 60 feet out. Maybe a little more. Uh-oh, this is heading right for the tree. Nope, it went right by it. Awesome shot. Pretty much the mirror of Tim's shot. Get around it, Jake. Oh, no, he got hung up in the middle. Nothing in his way here other than the ceiling. Ooh, good run. And it was a beautiful day out in Tacoma. Oh, man. Only a little bit of wind. Great mid-60s weather. Perfect day for golf. We have 2 rounds on this Saturday. And 1 final Sunday. And a lot of pars on this hole is 68% of the field. Averaged, well, got the 68%. I don't know if it got the par. And the hole did average about 3.42, a little bit above par. Or almost a half stroke. No, that actually kind of is a lot of par. I think this is about when the live stream failed. That was my fault. I had apparently no data left on my plan. So let's see if we can fix that next time. Hole 6, 320 feet, par 3. You're going to want to throw something over here. There's a OB line left and long. I don't believe there's an OB on the right. There could be. Yeah, I think it's way on the right. A lot of people play a skip hyzer on the right side. A lot of people going straight at it, but that risk is the OB long. Asher going kind of middle, but trying to skip the middle gap. He got hung up on the first main tree. It's him going right side, looking for that skip, and he got it. Got some birds playing out there in the fairway. Another fun distraction. Kyle going straight at it. Probably a little too much, and yep, and goes out of bounds. We'll be shooting 3 from the edge of the circle. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Jake trying to get something flippy, but unfortunately he got a lot of that and went left. Yeah, tell Matt Van Dusen how he's doing on the course. Looking good out here. Not much of a run there from Jake. Not worth the risk, apparently. Oh, barely missing there. Unfortunately, Kyle will have to erase his birdie from earlier with the bogey. This is a 2 opportunity here for Tim. Absolutely crushes the center of the basket. Good 2. He's at 1 down. Hole 6 had some success from the field. 9 out of 31 is 29%. Averaging the hole at 2.87. Let's go on to the first par 4. Hole 7, 531 feet. Will be left and right. And near the basket, we have a hazard bunker. Now, the ocean's on the left. I believe the wind is generally left or right here. Sometimes a little headwind. The good old Puget Sound is not too far away. If you're out walking this course after this hole, take a left near the next tee pad and you'll see a cool view down a trail. It's pretty cool over there. Up first is Tim Bishop. Pretty straightforward shot, ending up on the left about halfway. Now this fence does continue to the left, so that to avoid that is just don't go too high and too soft on your throw. Asher gets well down there on the left. Kyle throwing something a little flippy, flirting with the right side OB, but he ended up straight. Well, excuse me, on the right side, but generally straight. Oh, unfortunate there from Jake. 2/3 of the hole left to go. Let's see what he does with the second shot here. Oh, unfortunately, that probably got a little away from him. In the hand. Kyle getting the forehand out for his second shot. And playing the left side. Did not get the right skip action. Maybe just playing a little safe for that bunker. Second shot from Asher. Trying to get an eagle, but nah, he's just going to kind of lay up and get his birdie. Ooh, front cage. Little right there, unfortunately. Hole 7 had a lot of birdies. This is your one to get, if you will. 52% of the field at 16 got that birdie. Couple 4s are collected, and these guys are ready for the island hole. First island hole, par 3, 353 feet. We have a circle out there. We've got a fairway with an OB line. If you land an OB, it is playing as hazard. So you throw from where you land with a penalty stroke. And the circle is showing up right now. And yeah, here we go. Good little turn view. After you're done with the hole, take a left. Oh yeah, there is a little bit of a hill in front of the basket, so you can kind of use that to your advantage, throwing straight at the basket. It's a beautiful hole. All right, here comes Asher. And I don't know if you guys knew, Asher does have a YouTube channel with some recaps and some fun videos. Search on YouTube for Asher Aces. Oh, almost a great shot. It just ended up a little long by an inch or so. Up next is Tim. A similar line. Is it going to... Oh my gosh. What a great shot. He's about 15 feet away. Kyle looking for a similar result, but it just kind of slowed down at the wrong time. He is under that tree. And finally on the box. Oh no, Jacob's even a little bit shorter. So here is his third shot from here. With the penalty. Ooh, good run. Buzz in the tower. It's going to be a long bogey save, though. I don't know if that was the right move. Whoa, that almost just was the hottest putt of the day so far. Almost went in. And unfortunately, the long par here from Asher. He says, no. Unfortunately, I'll have to eat the medicine there. Good run at it there, Jake. Unfortunately, didn't make that putt. It's a tough island hole. If you don't hit this, you're going to get penalized. As how island holes play. So yeah, hole 8 had a 7 out of 31. 23% of the field got that birdie. It did average 3.35. All right, let's move on. Hole 9, par 3, 341 feet. Another hole where you have options to beat the trees in the middle on the left or right. There is more wider fairway on the right side as we are surrounded by OB lines. The basket will be located directly behind this line of trees in the center. As you can see, they're very thick, so you really want to get something past here so your second shot is not fighting through this tree line. All right. Yeah, and the a little bit of an angle after the basket too. So if you got a strong putt, you got to be online. Looks like we're going right side for Tim. Gets caught up on that tree there. You might have a view, but like I was saying before, that OB line behind the basket does come up pretty quickly when you're going from right to left. Will Asher fight through it? Unfortunately, same result. Kyle's up next. A nice low flex line. Getting a great reaction off the ground. That's an ideal shot. Well done. Hopefully we get the reward of a birdie there. Jake looking to follow the same, avoiding that outside tree, pushing forward as he lands. Can't complain on that. That's great. And Asher looking at the basket. Why not go for it? Good bid. Hitting the pole, unfortunately. He'll have to settle for his par. Yeah, great two here. This should also be a two, as if you're putting next, you're closer. So let's see if we can keep that going. Yes, great shot. All right, our field had a 32% birdie rate, kind of down the middle, averaging 2.77 for the field. Only a couple bogeys and double bogeys, so a lot of people played this safely. 61% got to par. All right, hole 10. Another par 4. The big boy hole, 526 feet down the fairway. Late trees to miss. And a great second shot would put you in an eagle contention. So with a tail left to right wind, that's ideal in what we're working with today. A little bit of a ceiling here too. All right. Up first is Kyle Costanza. And this tree left of the tee pad is probably the worst tree for the filmers out here. But we're getting a good angle here. The basket is beyond that tree in the center of the frame. And I'm also pushing the low branch. Matt Van Duzen, can you clean that up for me? I appreciate it. I'm not sure if we need a low ceiling branch near behind the tee pad. But here comes Asher. He's got a big arm. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, great shape, but unfortunately a little low. He ends up in the center of the fairway. Unless he gets a throw in, probably get the birdie though. Second shot, Kyle. Great forehand line. Avoiding all the obstacles. Now he's just got a little bit of a putt though. Playing that left side is Tim. A little short. And Jake unfortunately wanted me to delete that, but sorry, bud, that's for the record. And a good second run as he hits the pole, or second shot, it hits the pole. They'll get his birdie. Third shot for Tim. Hopefully that he'll scrape his par. He wanted to be a little bit closer. Wow, decent run. Almost throwing it in from out there. Good shot, Jake. Oh, the air just lifted. Leaving Kyle with a 15-footer. And just not on line. Unfortunate. This hole is eating up the score. Not for Tim. He got the par. He'll stay at 2 down. Kyle goes to 1 over. And Jake, unfortunately, did not get much action there. Got the par. Good birdie here for Asher. All right, 58% of the field got the birdie there. Full averaging 3.48, a little under par. Let's go to hole 11, par 3, 381 feet. There's a Mando here on our left. Go right of it. Something in the sky. Roller's a decent option here, depending on your skills and the wind, of course. Up first is Mr. Weideman. Flirt with that left tree. Makes it past the Mando. He is basket high. Almost 50 feet out, maybe. Jake going flex line right through the middle gap. Pretty high. Will it work back? Getting the full flight. Great shot. Let's see how Tim takes his flight here. Ooh, right where Jake hit. Will it come back? Ooh, it gets caught up at that late tree. A little too much turn on that. Or the disc has too much turn. See Kyle go straight at her. Kicking forward. He's on the dance floor. Furthest away is Tim. He got up there. Hopefully he can catch that par. Get another birdie, another hole. Asher from circle 2. What a putt. Showing why he's up here on this feature card. Good shot. That shot was just a little too right for Kyle. Jake trying to ride the wind. Wind said no. What a par. That's a good par. Let's get 25 feet away there. Hole 11 had 6 birdies. 19% of the field, averaging 2.87. 74% got the par. Not too much to get in your way other than those first few trees and the Mando, of course. But all right, hole 12 is a par 3, 423 feet. Off the tee, you've got some trees to get out of your mind. Up high, we do have some power cords. Avoid those. There's that bunker on our right to avoid. And late near the basket is a little bit of a ceiling to beat from this tree. And we're kind of throwing reverse angle from the previous hole. So the wind will be a little different. Let's see how our card does. The view back. Shot down the middle, kind of under that tree, maybe a little right of it. Also want to thank the members of the channel. Those who have absolutely crushing the game. We got 40 or so. I was trying to recall the exact number. I'll look here in a minute. Yeah, 40 or so members paying $1 a month to get early access, really helping the channel out with some of our costs we got going and our development and all that biz. Unfortunately, Kyle's shot is leaking a little right, but should not have much in his way other than the tree line. So yeah, thanks to all the supporters. Thanks to all of our subscribers. Wouldn't have done this without you. We're on the way to 3,000 subs. And Tim from who knows how far. What a putt. Great 2. Wow. Really hard to get when you're that far away, but great to. Hole 12 had a six people, 90% of the field got that birdie. So good shots there. Hole 13 is a par 3, 357 feet. Similar shot shape to we've seen on the theme of a few holes we got here. Make it through the tree gap, skip under the tree ceiling near the basket, and hopefully get your two. That's the idea. This gives you a little bit of space after the first gap. So anything 300 and or so that pushes under this canopy would be an ideal play. And flirting with that left side. Unfortunate there. Might have a really tough angle. Asher says, tough angles. I'll show you one better. That ceiling is non-existent. It just goes all the way. That tree goes all the way to the ground on the left side and right side. Making this a late tunnel, to be technical about it. As you can see, the layup is a great option if you did not make that gap. Now, this is hard to lay up from where Asher is. We're trying to throw in between these two trees that we can see. And that's actually a good play. It got past the hard part. We saw it there for a moment there as we panned over. Oh! I believe that was Jake over there. Now it's Tim's shot. He does have a good angle underneath. Hopefully we can capitalize. And he does. What a two. He's one of the 10 for the field showing 32%. Got that birdie, averaging 2.74. Good par. Don't want that to be a negative hole. Par is good when you don't score. All right, let's go to hole 14. Another kind of two main option holes. 259 feet. Basket is behind this cluster of trees. I believe there's OB left and right, and probably within 25 feet of the back of the pin. We do have a ceiling. We haven't seen much on this hole. A pretty spacious like tree. That one's not spacious. This is the ideal place. I'm going to skip late and put you in the circle. Good shot there, Tim. Let's see if Asher can follow. Nice controlled hyzer at this distance. Definitely don't want to go too long. Great play. That should be near the back. They're near the pin there. Jake getting a good flight as well. Ooh, little bit right, little bit right. Didn't get the ground play I thought was going to happen there. And Kyle with the combo breaker. We're going forehand left side. Oh, inside. Nope. No side. He'll have a tough little upshot here. The straight at you line is a little too aggressive with that OB behind it. So it looks like we're going with the forehand play to the right. Trying to let it nestle. A little short. Let's see if he can scrape that par. Oh, front cage for Jake. Almost dialed it in. Great par. And this hole did kind of play as the easiest hole at 68% of the field getting the birdie. And Tim also gets that birdie. He's scraping out a good round, 5 down through 15. 14, excuse me. Hole 15 is 320 feet, par 3. Avoiding this tree line on the left. Drone, don't you do it. All right. Tree in the middle can be a little bugger for your backhand play or forehand line, depending on where you want it to land, of course. And look at the basket surrounded by a fortress of trees with one weirdo on the left. All right, our box leader is Tim. He's up first. Going for that hyzer line around that one tree to beat. Oh, forgot about that tree. That'll push him to the center. Asher deciding to go to the left side with the forehand line. Ooh, got past that center tree. Almost takes out the cameraman. That'll put him in a putting angle. He likes that distance. In between 20 and 30 feet somewhere. All right. Jake doing his best to get around that tree. Unfortunately, gets tagged up. Drop in center fairway. Kyle was licking his lips at that forehand line, but just gets caught up on that left tree line near 18's pad. Jake dialing in his upshots. He's under that basket. Ooh, he wanted to get under that, unfortunately. We'll have a straddle. And Kyle knew. He did not make it off the instant it left his fingertips there. All right, Asher's looking to go to 6 down. Lining up. Ah, he wanted that one. Great par, Tim. He'll keep his 5 down as well. Oh, 15. Kind of down the middle of the road there with 39% of the field getting that birdie, averaging 2.65. Let's go to our final island hole. Hole 16, par 3, 309 feet. There is an OB line that separates right there, moving off screen now. Going up and over is difficult, as you can see. It's a tight gap the drone is showing you. If you do land in out of bounds, you will play for where you lie and giving yourself a penalty stroke. Playing like a hazard. Tim throwing something straight at it with some turn. It needs more speed. It did not make past that tiny little brim outside of the island. Playing like it's kind of a crater. Let's call it the crater hole, yeah? Oh, buzz on the tower is Asher going long. He'll have a decent par look from where he is. Jake releasing a little high. Let's see if he can find a gap. Unfortunately, it gets knocked down to the center. And here comes Kyle. Ooh, gets caught up too early. Didn't really give it a chance. Unfortunately, no island hits from this card. And hole 16 did play as the toughest hole, averaging 0.52 above par. Ooh, good luck. And as you can see, this is probably circle's edge. Distance. Hopefully we can get the par. No, do not roll OB again. It did not. Thank goodness. Asher finishes the hole with a rare bogey. Very difficult hole today, as we can see the scores here. Yeah, hole 16 had 19% birdie rate, 19% par rate, 55% bogey rate. Very difficult, and 6 doubles on the day. Ouch. All right, so let's go to hole 17. 2 more to go, y'all. 370 feet, par 3. We have the fairway to the left of this tree line. There is a Mando here. You'll see that vertical sign telling you go to right of that. We are flying the straight line. There is a late hazard sand trap. Some people go skip on the right side and try to throw something in late down the fairway as well. Here comes Tim. Riding that birdie from 2 holes ago. And he's looking to play that middle gap, but gets hung up. Or the straight line gap, if you will. Looks like we're going outside skip play. Ooh, Asher gets a great kick. Oh, no! Unfortunately got bit by that hazard late. Jake doing a similar line. Get through that tree. Yes. Nothing in the way, about 80 out. '80 might be egregious there, but you know me and my distance guessing is terrible. You know me. Pretty good forehand line from Tim. Almost flirting with the hazard there. Great hyzer putt to motion away from that penalty area. There's Asher looking with the confident putting stance here, or routine here. See if he can knock this guy in. What a shot. Great par. You can play this shot in 2 hole. Unfortunate stroke penalty there. Nothing to hang your head on there. Good shots. Maybe a slight correction on the drive. That's about it, man. Here comes Tim to save that. Ooh, a little low. Hole 17 had a tough time for the field. 13% birdie rate. Pretty ranks up there. Actually, average exactly par. 77% got the par. So let's go to our final hole. Hole 18. Par 4. 497 feet. You're playing from the old edge of, I don't know what that net's for. Probably protection from a drive. This used to be a ball golf course. Little 9-holer. Lots of gaps to play. We're going to fly the hyzer low roller gap, but there is a far left side that's kind of open, but you got to really get a good power line. And another great green. You have many hazards to get around. Of course, they'll give you a penalty stroke, but yeah, it is also a little elevated. But people play the right or left. The middle is very difficult. Plus a bunch of random wispy branches to kind of give you a ceiling all throughout. Asher, 4 down. Let's see if he can get some action on the 18. Goes forehand roll, backhand roller. Great speed. Goes directly at it. Oh, man. What a roller. That was fantastic results. He hopped over one of the hazards there. Jake getting caught up in the middle. Unfortunately, he's had that all day. Kyle playing the hyzer line, left side. Also, one of those little ninja branches just swatted him down. Kind of a middle gap here for Tim. He leaks out left, well, about halfway. See if Jake can park it on his second. Well, he's down there on the dance floor. He's kind of up by Asher. Wow. Second shot from Kyle is a forehand line getting past that first bunker. Second shot from Tim. Playing that left side out in the open. You might have a look. Asher just laying that up, making sure he gets that last birdie. Great idea. Lots of danger around there. He's got this guy Kyle here, nothing but cold ice in his veins. He went for it. Unfortunately, got that hazard penalty there. Playing up from Jake, smart move. I mean, a brave run is good if it works. Brave if you make it. Sad if you don't. That was an excellent birdie. What a shot. Just piecing up the hole in three shots. Get that birdie. Good idea. This field had 32%. 10 of the field got that birdie. Excellent finish there for Asher. He is at 5 down. Speaking of finishes, our best of the day was Thaddeus Tenclay at 11 down, Caleb Joyner at 8, Jeremy Marsh at 6, and Trey Carter at 6. That'll be our lead card for tomorrow. Well, second round is same day, but whatever. Well, I don't know when you're going to watch this. Hopefully with our members, they get it first. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the flip side. Round 2 coming up.